Hello everyone and welcome back to From Our Basement Gaming.
Hey everyone.
We are back with part 110 of our Ecco the Dolphin Defender of the Future Let's Play.
It's been 110 parts.
How are we even still alive? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's when Rose would be like, 110 parts.
I thought 84 years was a long time to wait.
Yes. Thinking back on that movie, it did... The love story definitely went on a tragedy, but...
And then I had to ask myself, how old was Rose?
Well, let's see, she was supposed to be about how old in 1912?
That's what I'm wondering, like, how old was she when she was on the Titanic? Like,
well, my imagination tells me somewhere between 18 years old and, for legal reasons, and 21, possibly.
Yeah,
maybe 20.
Maybe. I was thinking her. But if that's the case, then she's there in her hundreds, 90s. It's like, wow, she must have taken good care of herself.
Oh yeah.
Because, you know, no offense, but I wouldn't have expected her to be that old.
Right. If you were 18 in 1912, so that subtract the 10, that's 1902 minus 8. That would be 1898?
I guess.
Wait. Oh, 94.
Yeah.
1894.
That sounds more reasonable.
Right. If you were 20 in 1890, in 1912, that would be 1892. So.
Right. So in her 90s, I guess that's reasonable.
Yes. So for 1996, I think she would be somewhere between 102 and 104.
Which is very highly unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we don't know what year the present was.
Right. The fact that the famous line from that movie, 84 years.
Yeah.
If I got my math right, 1997 would have been the 85th year, so...
96.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, 84 years. That's a very long time, and...
Yes. Yeah, I know we kept joking about that.
Yes, we have. And we probably still will, because...
Yeah, because as 90s kids,
yes.
that was a big part of our culture when we were kids. Neither of us particularly were big fans of that movie.
Yeah, to be fair, it was really not... This is not meant for you.
Yeah.
I know that was a positive in that way, because I was reminded if you're stuck in there, you can wait for the machine to free you. But, yeah, the love story was very smutty for someone who was not 13.
Yeah, we were both too young to
Correct.
have watched that movie,
But in retrospect, looking back, although it was difficult, I can tell you that the brief moments where they highlight the tragedy,
yeah,
they did that very well.
yeah, that's in fact why I did not enjoy that movie.
Correct.
You probably didn't enjoy it because it wasn't historical enough, and I didn't enjoy it because it was too depressing.
That affected me too, because...
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying you weren't affected.
Right.
I know your
Yeah,
You're
the
a
story-
history buff.
Yes, I was. Even back then,
Yes.
sadly.
Yes. History is your thing.
Yeah.
And so, and I've known you long enough that when you see historical inaccuracies, that's like your immediate knee-jerk, how dare you type of thing.
Right. I like to think
Yeah.
that I've toned down that since
I think so.
recently, because, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so, that you've toned down since when I first met you.
Yeah, I was
But I
very
imagine,
bad back in the day.
Yeah, I imagine as a kid you were probably a little bit worse
Uh-huh.
than how you were when I knew you.
Yes, scratching my head. Although,
You might have actually been a well-actual kid.
probably in more ways than one.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that one could argue that they tried to illustrate a love story of class, which, yeah, the class system was partially featured, as well as I could argue international critique, because
I think that was the start of Leonardo DiCaprio
Yes.
getting typecast.
yes, Leo DiCaprio was typecast, and that's the other thing too, especially watching more recent movies. I'd argue Leo has grown a lot as an actor, even though that probably was the first thing that the fangirls had to realize was that yeah, I've watched Leo DiCaprio grow from heartthrob to dashing actor in many situations. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was like, that was actually why I didn't pursue voice acting earlier than I did, because I was worried about typecasting, because it happens in voice acting. And I almost felt like it was happening more in voice acting than acting, ironically.
Yeah, that's a fair argument.
You know, not because you're literally typecast because of your voice. And I know some people argued, well, with voice acting, you don't have to worry about your appearance, which is a big reason I like it as well. You know, I don't have to worry about not looking the part, whereas actors do.
Right.
Like, I'm never going to be... If I was placed in a movie, I'd never be a big, burly, super muscular Superman type. But if I was able to do a convincing voice of that type of character, then I'd be cast. Now, for me personally, I probably can't do a convincing voice like that, but you get what I'm saying.
I do get what you're saying.
But yeah, the voice-based typecasting was a little discouraging to me as well, because while I'm trying and I think I'm improving, I'm not really somebody who has like a huge vocal range. I have a pretty good vocal range, but I'm not like somebody who could play little kids and like the big burly muscular guys.
Yes.
You know, I don't I have a range, but it's not that extreme, if that makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah, so
I have a limit and a range too.
yeah.
Especially now that I'm older and yeah.
Yep. And I mean, you can get vocal training and you can practice, and that can improve things a little bit. But you're always going to reach a certain limit,
Yes.
and that's okay.
Thank you.
And I don't just mean you. I mean, you do really good. You do good impression.
Thanks.
Not everybody can do vocal impressions, and that's okay. You can still get in the industry. I think I think one of the biggest myths with voice acting is that, oh, you have to be an impressionist. Like, you have to be able to do 100% convincing impersonations. But think of it this way, guys. Those characters that you might be impersonating, they already have established voice actors.
Correct.
So really, while there's such a thing as voice matching, like
Yes.
like if a famous voice actor gets really sick and he can't voice, and they have to keep doing the production, they might bring in a sound-alike. Yes, that is a whole genre, and a lot of people who do great impersonations do that kind of voice work, and they make good money. But that's one little subsection. There are plenty of voice actors who just use their normal speaking voice.
Yes.
So, yeah. Don't worry. Like me.
Yeah. Like, it can get you somewhere, but it doesn't get you everywhere. Impressions. I remind myself of David Coulier, who did a lot of impressions as the bulk of his comedy routines.
Right.
Even he had his limits, and he's best remembered for his hosting jobs and his acting jobs as opposed to... Did he do voicing? I don't remember his roles though, sadly.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. But everybody knows him as Uncle Joey Gladstone, or the host of America's Funniest People.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes, if you're watching this show, by the way, love your work.
I'm not familiar, sorry.
That's quite alright. On the off chance that anyone that like that would be watching from our basement cave.
Probably not.
That's true.
It would be really nice if we could get past this part.
Yes, it would be really good if I could. Because I admit, it sucks to get stuck in here. But although one clue is that spot gets opened up when it reaches for fish.
Right.
Trying to find that spot again. And not get attacked by a shark.
Yeah.
Which is the other problem that's making this, because it's impossible to find the sharks. So I believe it was right here. Okay. So yeah. Dang.
It was open for a minute.
Did I find it?
I thought you were there.
So I have to get quick. And
Yes.
better at navigating.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating. This game is pretty merciless.
Yeah, it is. I love it, but it is merciless. You can't ignore that fact. Oof. Damn it.
That is not good.
No. And it doesn't help that Echo, his abilities get messed up when you touch that electrical current. Yeah, I know that feeling too. Let's see, where's that? Okay, is that it?
And I'll admit I'm pretty tired. We don't have that job anymore, but doing the 9-hour days, dealing with the kids, was pretty tiring.
Yeah.
Especially because it's a very loud.
Yeah.
lot of them are kind of loud.
Yes.
Because you know, little kids, they're gonna be loud.
They are loud. From the stories you told me about how they set the room up, is it bad to admit that I would have found it overwhelming?
No, I in fact was worried about that too. I mean, at the tables they do have like partitions in between, but honestly, you can hear the other kids. You can hear the videos they're watching, and it's like if they're across from you, sometimes there's not a partition between the kids. And so there was like a kid I was working with who kept getting distracted by the video of that the child on the other table across from us was watching. And it was very frustrating, and like I know some of these kids have auditory sensitivities. And I'm somebody, you know, I have hyperacusis, so I have auditory sensitivities. And I'm like, I would not have been able to function like that. I think, unfortunately, for that portion, you know, the work portion of the therapy, we needed actual closed-off rooms. But because of the limited space and the, like, 12 kids at a time or however many, it just wasn't possible. I get it. They were doing the best they could with the space they had. I feel like, yeah, the social play portion, fine. You don't separate them, obviously, because you want them to play together. But yeah, for the work portion where we're like helping with their listening and speaking and comprehension, you know, the more therapeutic part.
Yeah. Those
thin partitions, even though they provided some soundproofing, they're not enough. I agree with you. If I was a kid getting therapy there, I would have been extremely involved.
Yes, let alone with all that superhero stuff.
It is superhero themed, and it's really funny because, you know, it features both Marvel and DC characters. So, you know, literally some of the other new people there were like, yeah, so is this Marvel themed or DC themed? And my boss was like, we don't discriminate. I'm like, But here's the funny tragedy with that, despite her saying that.
I would argue they do.
No, I was going to say with superhero-wise. The funny irony with that is, in terms of, like, you know, they actually have pictures of the actual superheroes. So in terms of, like, showing the actual full characters, there's more Marvel. Because even though, like, for example, even though we have a Batman and a Superman room, they have that there. I shouldn't say we because I'm not working there now. But even though they have that, like, they don't actually have a full-size picture of Batman or Superman. They have Wonder Woman. Actually, they do have... They might have Superman somewhere. But so they, like, have two DC characters where they'll show the full character, and the rest are all Marvel. And most of the rooms are Marvel. So I'll be honest with you guys. The boss lady, I think she really likes Wonder Woman, and that's why she said that. Because she wanted Wonder Woman there, so, and then to, like, justify that, I think she, like, the rooms that are Batman and Superman themed are just restrooms, by the way. So I'm
wonderful.
like, I'm like, you can say that all you want, but this is 90%. Well, I guess 80% Marvel. So, because all the rooms that the kids spend significant time in are Marvel characters. Because I'm like, wouldn't that be awesome to have the standee of Batman? They have that for Wonder Woman, they have it for Thor and Hulk and Spider-Man, Black Panther.
Yeah.
They do not have that for Batman or Superman. They just have their logos on the doors of bathrooms.
So which one is which?
They're both. They're not gendered bathrooms.
Ah, gotcha.
Because they want. Basically, if the kids gotta go, they'll just take them to the closest bathroom. They're all like individual bathrooms.
Good.
So
I had a feeling.
So there's no gender.
They're not a large bathroom with stalls. It's
Correct. And,
a single person only.
And no gender segregation. Everybody just uses the same bathrooms.
Right.
Because there's no urinals, just a toilet. So.
Yes. And to be frank, if I remember, we've had single bathrooms be gender-free for a while.
I kind of think this might be controversial. Warning,
Yeah.
controversy alert. I think we shouldn't gender bathrooms. I know, shock. I just don't. I know people are worried about safety, but it's...
Well, I've heard the stories and the complaints as well, but yeah, it's not a lot of people. And there's already the social thing. You're not really supposed to do much of anything apart from going in a bathroom, yes?
Yeah. So here's my idea. Let's just have stalls, toilets.
Yeah.
For anybody. Because I think the reason why we have this issue is because men's bathrooms are always, mostly urinals and like one or two stalls if you have to go number 2. And women's bathrooms, all stalls. So how about we just get rid of the gender signs, get rid of the urinals, just make it all toilets, because you can stand in front of a toilet. If you have that anatomy, you can just stand in front of the toilet.
Yeah.
And go.
That's the beauty of toilets. They can be used for whichever, though. I prefer you not stand on them.
So you don't have to worry about people checking you out when you go into the bathroom. You don't have to worry about, what the other person is gender-wise. Just go into the stall, do your thing, leave the stall, wash your hands, go about your day.
Yes.
I think we make way too much of... I think the big deal we're making about public restrooms is because we're so gender in
Yeah,
society.
we really shouldn't.
And it cripples us.
Yes.
We are so gendered that, we're creating... We're creating arguments that shouldn't exist.
Yes. We're making a mess and a mockery when we should be taking things seriously.
Yeah. So, it was just, really nice that was a part of that environment, there was no gender. Even the staff bathroom, it's just one bathroom. And it's like, that is the staff bathroom. They designated it as the staff bathroom because it doesn't have the, any step stool or little potty thing for the really young kids.
Right.
So we're like, so this is the staff bathroom, this is where the adults go. And it's just a toilet, anybody can use it. And I like that better.
So do I.
And that way we don't have to have any kind of signs. I know people like go crazy when they see the gender neutral signs.
They should.
It's like, okay, let's just get rid of the signs and just say bathroom.
Yeah.
Here we have, 2 or 3 areas with bathrooms, and just, go and use the bathroom. You can use whatever bathroom. And nobody has to get upset or feel uncomfortable. It's just a bathroom. If they really make a big fuss, we could just make a bunch of individual bathrooms, which I know would be more expensive services. Let's just not worry about gendering public restrooms. Oh, no. We were so close. That's my feeling.
It's a good feeling.
I know some people would probably consider me way out there. I don't know why.
You're not.
I don't think it's out there at all. I think
No,
it's,
you're not, my man.
I think it's reasonable, but I know some people are like unable to let go of gendered stuff.
Yeah.
I know it can be hard, we were raised with all that crap. But, it's just, we're adults now and we realize that really wasn't the best way to go about it.
Right. It was even worse when there was even more unnecessary stuff.
Yeah, gender is used unnecessarily, like products.
Yeah. Oh God, yes. Especially what really makes me angry is when one's priced higher than the other for either gender.
The pink tax,
Yes.
as they call it.
And the super rare blue tax.
Yeah. Yeah, this this idea that like products that only quote unquote females use being certain colors or designed certain ways.
It's awful.
Same with products only men use and look a certain way. And it's like, let's just stop.
Yeah, we don't need to be financially hurting just because we have to buy a certain color product.
Yeah. Yeah, like, oh my, I think I showed you before. So, and I basically just got these because they were affordable, but this is so hilarious to me. So, like, there are these earplugs I bought, and I didn't know until after I got them. So they say they are for people with, quote, small ear canals. And they are pink. So this is a product that is too embarrassed to say. This is for women. These are for women with their small little ear canals,
Oh dear.
I mean, that's the impression it gives when they make it bright pink and said for small ear canals. Because it's very clear with the packaging design too that it's it's kind of made to look feminine.
Did I get out of bounds? No, I'm in bounds.
You're not out of bounds. You're just in an area we weren't at before.
Yeah.
Did we find something good?
I hope. I worry that I just glitched myself in the in-between.
Don't think so.
Oh god.
I don't know.
Me neither. I
mean, there's a glyph there. Can you access that? Or is that a video? Or maybe you are out of bounds.
Oh crud! I just glitched myself in in the struggles of this game, I glitched myself in the out of bounds area.
Oh, well, at least we had something exciting happen. Oh,
Yeah, and I can go through the rocks.
oh my goodness. Well, we're actually out of time.
Okay,
Sadly, we
everyone.
didn't figure this
So,
out. Maybe next time. Next
I'm
month.
confident we can soon in July. Yes.
All right, bye guys.
Take care, everyone.
See you next time.
Yes.
See you next
Although,
time.
yeah.